So I'm Chris Collins, Social Media and Community Manager for Realtime Worlds. We're here at PAX East basically showing the world APB for the first time. This is the Garage editor, very similar to how we've done the customization in the other editors. You can create customized vehicles. Now we can start off with more basic vehicles like these trucks. We have about 25 base chassis in the game, but we have hundreds of different vehicles to unlock that are customized visually and from a sort of functional base. You can change, we haven't got the audio here, but you can change the turbo sound, you can change the dump valve, you can change the horn, you can change the siren if you're an enforcer. As we have preset clothing, we have preset vehicles people can play. You can change wheels, you can change hundreds of different parameters on the vehicle. Sort of muscle cars, we have compact saloons, we have sports cars, we have old school muscle cars, pickup trucks, vans, people carriers, minibuses, all those things, and they have different levels of performance. If I just had a look at the show details here, you can have a look at this is a front wheel drive vehicle. Everyone has different statistics, different number of passengers, and also we have specifically locked faction-based vehicles as well. So the criminals, for example, couldn't unlock the sort of Mustang-style car, whereas the enforcers can't unlock the Charge Micro, or we have like a kind of Japanese performance vehicle where only locked to the enforcers, the criminals, sorry. And finally, very brief look at the music studio. This is kind of a fully fledged sequencer system. We have a number of presets. Again, you can unlock as you progress through the game if you're not too musical. But if you're used to using sequencer software, you'll be right at home with this. Create their own patterns. We have some preset patterns people can simply play around with. You know how the notes are laid out. Fully fledged MIDI system. You can add effects on there, different delays, low pass filters, and you'd be brilliant. Oh great, yeah, that's my music. It's fantastic. Awesome. And you can apply that to a death theme. You'll hear that every now and again. When someone dies, they have that music play, and that's a death theme that someone's created. You can bring in the music that you've created in that music system into this playlist system, or you can also bring your MP3s in here as well. Now we use Last.fm tagging technology with this. So once you've imported your music, and you're like, yeah, great, I've got terabytes worth of music data. You've got two options. You can run around San Paro with a pair of headphones on and just listen to it, or you can have it blaring out of vehicles. Now, if you drive past, say I drove past you in the game and I was listening to some hip hop, some Jay-Z for example, you don't have Jay-Z but you've got some Eminem perhaps in your playlist, Last.fm will find the nearest sort of recognizable track, and that's what you'll hear. And you'll hear it in full 3D stereo as if I was driving past you, but because I'm not sharing music data, I'm sharing the tag data. We're not infringing on copyrights, but you're still hearing the kind of image that I want to put across. So once you're happy with the way the game's looking and you're like, you know what, I want to go and shoot some people, shoot some bad guys, shoot some good guys, you jump into one of the two districts. Now what we're showing off today is the financial district. Financial district is one of the two action districts that launch. We have the financial and the waterfront. Financial is downtown San Paro, sort of high-rise, big banks, big corporation, very corporate area. And the waterfront district is a very sort of like touristy, it's got a marina, it's got shopping malls. It's also got a sort of like seedy underbelly attached to it with sort of the docklands, lots of sort of boats incoming and outgoing. And once you've jumped into an action district, that's really where you start working to progress through the content of the game. You'll see how the hood, it sort of gives you a general direction of where you want to go. Unlocked at the moment are just contacts. Now, individual factions have different contacts that you work for in organizations. There are 4 organizations, 2 criminal and 2 enforcer organizations, and any number of contacts for those organizations. You run up to them and you pledge to them, and they'll just constantly feed you missions, which you can run on your own or you can run with a group of friends. It's a series of like objectives. So if you just perhaps find the nearest, let's try and find someone near. I think one over the right hand side, 300 meters away. There he is. Okay. So when you first jump into an action district, you can jump into any of the contacts that you've unlocked. And basically you talk to the contact, he'll give you a bit of a spiel, tell you what he's about, and you have a number of options. You can pledge that contact, which we'll do in this instance. And now he'll just constantly send me missions. And as I progress through those missions, I'll sort of level up in my standing with that guy, and he'll unlock new items. He'll send me rewards, and I'll get access to new weapons, new vehicles, new symbols to use in the symbol editor, new instruments to use in the music editor, all those sorts of things. So all the progression is based to make you look more badass. There's no real statistics in APB, there are no levels, it's all about player skill. If for whatever reason, I was like, I just want to drive around Samparo, I don't want to do missions, they're quite hectic, I just want to, I'm a criminal, I just want to make a bit of cash really quickly. Both criminals and enforcers have different types of open world activities. Now, as a criminal, I can just jump out of my car, mow down pedestrians, and you'll see my heats going up. We call it notoriety for criminals. Makes me more notorious. As I progress through my notoriety, I get more and more unlocks, and I get more and more rewards. So more cash for doing missions, all the way until you hit that 5 stars. Now, a lot of other open world games, they throw more AI at you. We don't have AI in APB. It's all about players. Everyone that you face off against are players. So obviously once we've hit 5 stars, we're going to throw a lot of stuff at you. And we do that by unlocking you to the entire district. So every one of the 100 players knows where you are, and you're unlocked to everyone. So all the opposition can simply come and take you out. Now, if I wanted to make a bit of quick cash, just killing pedestrians won't give me cash. But I can mug them. So lay the smack down on this unfortunate woman here. Now, if there was any enforcers around, the pedestrians witness me committing a crime. Enforcers can also drive around and witness you committing crimes. They can follow you around and see what you have, what you're up to, what you're doing, if you're stealing cars, if you're mugging pedestrians. They can witness you, and then that'll send a dispatch out to those enforcers, and they can come and stop me. All of a sudden I might see an APB flash up, which means, okay, the enforcers are onto me, they know where I am. She drops a briefcase. Now you'll see on the hood, I can go and drop that item off for a bit of quick cash if I really want to. I'm not going to in this instance, it's quite far away. Same thing, if I steal a vehicle from this poor woman, on the hood, I can go and drop vehicles off, make a bit of cash really quickly. But at any point, enforcers could stop me doing that. But really, I'm just scratching the surface and kind of highlighting some of the basic features. But I think some of the things your readers and your viewers will really find interesting is the awesome button. Now, the story of Samparo, we've created a rich lore for Samparo, but we're not going to be progressing it ourselves. We're not writing the future of Samparo. That's what we want the players to do. We've given the players a bunch of tools to create their image, to create audio, how they want to do it. We've got the VoIP system so they can voice over whatever they want to do. But that awesome button for high-end systems is constantly streaming simply video data to the memory. If you've just done something incredible, you've just made an incredible kill, you've just done something awesome, someone just said something hilarious, you press the awesome button and it dumps that last 30 seconds to hard drive as video and carries on recording. So you have the ability to use it. We use OGG compression. You can then go and take that footage and edit it. So you've got the ability to create stories and videos, which we're going to be highlighting on our websites, of your own accord. And if they get popular and players recognize individuals, individual celebrities in the game, then we're going to be, who knows, writing those characters into the story as the world progresses. We're really listening to the players, and it's my job as community manager at Realtime World to take the players' feedback, to work with the players' stories that they're creating, and weave that into the Samparo history.